In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 8 different ways you can legally immigrate to the United States, and most of these ways are hardly talked about. So you want to stay up to the very end of this video so you can learn more. If you are new here, this is your first time here, my name is Tali, and on this channel, I show you the different ways you can legally immigrate to Canada, to the US, UK, Europe, Australia, even without the help of an immigration agent. So that's what we talk about mostly on this channel, and that's why you want to make sure that you are subscribed and also you hit all the notification bells so that every time I shoot a new video, you do not miss out. So without much further ado, let's look at the number one way that you can legally immigrate to the United States. So number one is if you have a relative in the United States who is either a US citizen or a lawful permanent resident, then you qualify for family reunification immigration status. So basically what this means is that a foreign citizen seeking to live permanently in the United States requires an immigrant visa, that is an IV, and to be eligible to apply for an IV as a foreign citizen, you must be sponsored by an immediate relative who is at least 21 years old and must be either a US citizen or a US lawful permanent resident, that is a green card holder. So there are two types of family-based immigrant visas. So the first one is the immediate relative one. So these visas are based on a close family relationship with a US citizen, such as a spouse, a child, or a parent. And the number of immigrants in this category is not limited each year. So that means in whatever fiscal year, they will process as many as possible immediate relative family-based immigrant visas. And then the second type of family-based immigrant visa that you can use to immigrate to the United States legally is the family preference. So these visas are for specific, more distant family relationships with a US citizen and some special relationships with a lawful permanent resident, that is an LPR. And the number of immigrants in this category is limited each fiscal year. So that means if, let's say, they limited and said under the family preference, we are gonna give only 1,000 immigrant visas, the moment they hit that cap, they stop issuing in that fiscal year and you have to wait until the next fiscal year. So keep in mind that US citizens can file an immigrant visa petition for either a spouse, a son or daughter, a parent, brother or sister. On the other hand, a US lawful permanent resident can only file an immigrant visa petition for their spouse or an unmarried son or daughter. So that's the number one way you can legally immigrate to the United States from, let's say if you're in Kenya, Uganda, Singapore, Malaysia, China, wherever else in the world you are. Then the number two way you can legally immigrate to the United States of America is by marrying a US citizen. And I say this very cautiously because remember, it has to be a marriage that is based on love, that is based on commitment, and that is not some sort of like marriage of convenience. So for you to immigrate to the United States through marriage to a US citizen, your marriage must survive the test of time for at least 2 years, and also you have to go and pass the immigration test exam that you are going to be tested to confirm that indeed you guys are a couple and you're not just putting up a show. That's the other way you can legally get permanent residence in the United States and even move there. Yeah, so you marry a US citizen. Then the number three way you can legally immigrate to the United States is to study at a United States university or college. You get an advanced degree, that's like a master's or a PhD, and then you get a job whereby your employer will apply for you what they call the H-1B visa. And then if you work for at least 4 years, then you can apply for what the permanent resident green card under the H-1B visa. So there are several employers that are willing to hire you under the H-1B visa. And if you just do a quick internet search, you can find such employers. But the easiest way is to go in as a student and study at least up to master's or PhD, and then it's easier for you to get a job. So the H-1B visa is a non-immigrant work visa that allows US employers to hire foreign workers for specialty jobs that require a bachelor's degree or equivalent. And this can include occupations in fields such as IT, finance, engineering, architecture, software engineering, and the like. And then in 4 years' time, you can then apply for permanent resident green card. And then the number 4 way you can legally immigrate to the United States is going through Canada. So you can possibly apply for either like the express entry, or you apply for for provisional mini programs, or you apply through a job. So you emigrate to Canada. And for you to be able to do this, you must have some really highly specialized skills. I've talked about them on this channel. We are talking about data science. We are talking about software engineering. We are talking about maybe like nursing. We are talking about any of those really highly specialized skills. If you have those, you can emigrate to Canada and then wait for around 4 years. And you become a Canadian citizen. 4 to 5 years, you get your Canadian citizenship. And then you get a job in a specific professional category in the US under the NAFTA Treaty, North American Free Trade Area Treaty. You get what they call the TN1 work visa, and then you apply for a green card permanent resident. So that's the other route you can decide to take. Go through Canada, get your PR, and then once you get your citizenship after about 4 or 5 years in Canada, and then you can move to the US under the NAFTA program. And then the number 5 way you can legally immigrate to the United States is by quote unquote buying your permanent resident status. So for you to be able to do this, you need to have anywhere between 500,000 to $1 million US and go into the US as an investor. And you must be going there to set up a company in the USA that will employ at least 10 US citizens for at least 2 years. So here we are talking about have at least or be able to make at least $5 billion US for this to work. And then once you already do this, you apply as a permanent resident. And this will happen before the end of 2 years. You can apply for permanent residence as long as you have at least $1 million US, and you can make at least $5 million US for you to be able to comfortably employ at least 10 US citizens. And then the number 6 way you can legally immigrate to the US, we have talked about it on this channel, is to apply for the US diversity visa green card lottery program. That's the DV lottery program. It's currently open. As of the shooting of this video, it opened on October 5, and it's gonna be closing sometime in November 8. So if you haven't yet applied for your green card lottery, it's free of charge, guys, and you don't even need a passport to apply. But I always ask, why are you even following me if you don't have a passport? Like, should be like the bare minimum that you need, like to really show the universe you are very serious about your immigration journey and you're not just here to play. And there's a video right up here, I'm gonna link it, that I show you what you need to watch out for before you submit your green card application. And then the number 6, I think 7 way you can legally immigrate to the US is through what we call the O1, OB1, or is it O1B visa. This is whereby you move to the United States as a famous person. They actually have a visa for that. Let me look for it. What do they call it? The O1B visa. Here you come to the US as an internationally renowned person. So for example, if you are a famous singer or a famous actor, or you are a sports person who competes in the Olympics, you are a Nobel Peace Prize winner, or you have done something really innovative that the whole world is gushing about, there is a visa for you. and you're gonna come under this specialized category. I'm gonna put the name somewhere here. It's O1B visa or OB1 visa, I can't remember. It has an O, it has a 1, it has a B somewhere. So you can actually immigrate through that. And I have seen cases whereby even very famous social media influencers actually move to the US through this visa, because the moment you are internationally renowned and you have a way of going to make money once when you're in the US, because you're already making money anyway because of your fame, then you can apply through this visa. And I think I even have an article on ivamtali.com that talks about this kind of visa. I am going to link it in the description box at the bottom of this video. You want to make sure that you check it out so you can learn more about it. Last but not least, number 8 legal way, or where you can legally immigrate to the United States is no, I've already finished now. Yes. So guys, that's it for today in terms of how you can legally immigrate to the United States. Let me know in the comment section below, which of these ways are you hearing for the first time today, and which of these are you keen to try your luck on. As usual, I am grateful that you chose to stay up to the very end, and I look forward to meeting you on the next one. Bye guys.